So when you buy one of these Mercedes chassis from a manufacturer who's going to outfit the chassis with their own coach, as you can see in the back, then most of them, not all of them, but most of them get the upgraded packages from Mercedes when they get them. So in the case of like Pleasureway and Roadtrek, they get the upgraded safety packages and things like that. I don't know if Winnebago does. The last I checked, they didn't, but I know that Roadtrek and Airstream and Pleasureway do. And so I just want to show some of these features that you get with the upgraded package. That orange triangle that you see right there, I've got one on the driver's side mirror, and then you can see I've got one on the passenger side mirror. So there are detectors on the front and back on the passenger side and on the driver's side. And these indicators are used for two things. They're used for blind spot assist. So when they're orange like this, it just means be careful. It means that you're not going fast enough for the computers to be able to detect really if something's moving beside you. So you have to be going over, I think it's like 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour you have to go. And once that happens, you'll see they'll turn off. And then these are particularly good on the highway. So when you're on the highway, if it's red, it means that there's a car beside you. So now you see it's turned red, and that's to tell me, see, there are cars coming beside me over there. And so it's to tell me that if I were to try to change lanes, that there's something over there. I find these really useful, especially on the passenger side. When I'm driving on the highway, I use them all the time. So there's a camera up here inside of this thing that's pointed forward, and it's able to recognize the lane that I'm in. And so if I'm driving on the highway and I'm drifting out of my lane, it'll beep and also flash red to let me know that I'm drifting out of my lane. It's just a safety feature. Some people, you can turn it off down here by hitting this button down here, right here. But I keep it on all the time. I find it's actually very useful, so I keep it on all the time. You can shut that off. You can shut collision detection off down there. And you can shut off your blind spot assist right here if you want to shut that off as well. There's another camera right up here, which is used for automatic windshield wipers. So up in there, so it's monitoring raindrops falling on it. And there's a little slight mist this morning, so you can see here, I don't ever turn on the windshield wipers on and off, so it'll turn them on and off. It'll adjust the speed, variable speed for me automatically, and I don't have to worry about the windshield wipers. The same sensor up here also is for my headlights, so it'll turn my headlights on and off, but it'll also adjust the high beams. So if I'm driving on a country road at night, I don't have to worry about turning the brights on so I can see and then shutting them off on an oncoming car. It's pretty intelligent. The camera and the software that runs it can tell if it's cross traffic, if it's tail lights, if it's oncoming headlights from another car, and it'll adjust the brights accordingly. Again, these are features that are on a lot of automotive cars today, but they're rarely found on RVs. And so it's nice to have it on an RV. They're safety features, and I can concentrate on driving. It's a little bit taller, a little bit bigger vehicle, and I can concentrate on driving it and not have to worry about these things. There are two other safety features on the car. One is collision detection. So there's a little tiny sensor on the lower, if you're facing the front of the van, on the lower left-hand part of the front bumper. And that's a little sensor for if you're approaching another vehicle too quickly, it'll sound a sensor. I think it'll also prepare your anti-lock brakes. It'll get them primed, so if you hit them, they're faster to react. That's a nice feature. And then there's something called crosswind assist, which are also built into the vans because they're a little bit taller. And so if a gust of wind comes up and you're driving on the freeway, this will kick in. A little display on your dash will turn on, and it'll tell you crosswind assist activated. And when that happens, it'll apply selectively the anti-lock brakes and keep you in your lane so you don't get blown off. So it's a really cool little feature.